In 1963, the world watched in horror as President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in broad daylight. The official story? Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. A lone gunman. A simple explanation. But for decades, millions of government files remained locked away, their contents too sensitive for public eyes, until now. What do previously released files reveal? Chilling intelligence failures, covert CIA operations, and secrets so explosive that some pages are still blacked out, even after 60 years. What was hidden? Why does the government still refuse to release certain records? And most importantly, what happens when the final files are made public? Today on Curioverse, we uncover what the world wasn't meant to know. It turns out the government was watching Lee Harvey Oswald before JFK was assassinated. But here's where things get strange. Declassified documents confirm that Oswald was under CIA surveillance in Mexico City just weeks before the assassination. He visited both the Soviet and Cuban embassies, sparking fears of a Cold War disaster. But there's a problem. The CIA's reports on Oswald's movements, they contradict each other. Key details are missing. Some files, still classified. What was he doing there? And why does the official story tell us Oswald was just some unstable loner when the intelligence community clearly saw him as a person of interest? When JFK was assassinated, America wasn't the only country on edge. The Soviets, they thought it was a coup. According to secret KGB reports, Soviet leaders believed that far-right U.S. operatives may have killed Kennedy to frame the USSR and justify war. And the United States allies? They weren't so sure Oswald acted alone either. British intelligence issued an internal memo just days after the assassination, speculating that elements inside the U.S. government may have played a role. So, if neither the Soviets nor U.S. allies believed the lone gunman theory, why should we? 2 days after JFK's assassination, Lee Harvey Oswald was led through the Dallas police headquarters, surrounded by officers, cameras rolling. A man steps forward and fires a single bullet into his stomach. His name was Jack Ruby. His motive? Revenge, they told us. A grieving patriot acting on impulse. But the previously released files tell a different story. FBI agents received an anonymous tip just hours before Oswald's murder, warning them that someone was coming to silence him. They ignored it. And what about Jack Ruby? He wasn't just some nightclub owner. These files expose his connections to organized crime and covert CIA-backed operations against Fidel Castro. So, was Ruby really just a man seeking justice, or was he part of something bigger? Perhaps the biggest bombshell of all? Previously released files confirm that the CIA was involved in multiple assassination attempts on Fidel Castro, exploding cigars, poisoned wetsuits, even a plan involving a seashell rigged with dynamite. But these weren't just bizarre ideas. The operations were carried out with the help of the same organized crime syndicates that Jack Ruby was tied to. And then there's AM World, a cryptic classified operation that involved the CIA and anti-Castro exiles just months before Kennedy was killed. What was AmWorld? And does it hold the key to what really happened in Dallas that day? In just days, the last classified JFK files are to be released. Will the final pages expose a dark truth hidden in plain sight? Or will they only fuel the mystery further? Stay with Curioverse as we continue to uncover the hidden truths of history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore more.